I've just been going through some kind of sticky stock. Yesterday I pulled out a load of boots that I've had on eBay for a while, and looking at them, I'm not too sure why they haven't sold. They're Grafters men's boots. They're new. Some of them, the box is a little bit tired, I'd say, but they've been on. They've been on since November, so they've been on like over 6 months. Not had a single sale out of them. I've got quite a lot of these boots, probably about 15 pairs, all in various sizes. Now, when something like this happens, I will take a look at used listings. So let's have a look at that now. Just putting in Grafters Contractors just to see if I've got the price right. So currently I've got them at, I've edited 3 of them already. So I've got them at £20 plus £3.49, which is, I think, is quite cheap. So just have a quick look at what eBay's got them at. So people are trying to sell them for about 25 quid. I think that might be my one. Yes, that's my one now, and the third one. All of these are my ones. So let's have a look at comps. Solds, rather. Let's have a look at solds. Let's see if we can find some actual shoes. Here we go, a couple of pairs of shoes. So yeah, it looks like they have sold for £30. So they are sellers. So what is going on? My listing just doesn't seem to be doing it. So what I'd normally do here is try and give the listing a bit of a boost, and I always find it's best to do that by ending the listing and starting it again. So I'm going to end the item. I've done this with the others. I just want to do it with this one. Let me pause the video while I put my details in. So I've ended that listing, and from my seller hub I've gone into manage ended listings, and here there's a lot of auctions that have ended, which I've got to do something with, but here I'm just going to sell similar this item. You could do a completely new item and just copy the details across. That might be probably even better way of doing this, but for now let me just do sell similar. And when I do sell similar, I think there's probably about 2 or 3 important things to change. The first thing is change the title in some form or other. So I'm going to put in just a word, just to maybe fool eBay into thinking that something has changed in the listing. With sell similar you do get a new item number, but I'm sure eBay can sort of gauge other things like title and photos. So here I've got my custom label, which is the date it originally went on. I'll leave that as is, and my shop category is just in gents clothing, and promotion 1 means it's going to go in a 10% sale every month. The photos, I'd change your main photo. It's another thing. It's a tip I've picked up from doing a Google about how to increase saleability of your listings. Editing your listing does help, and there's certain things you should focus on. So title, main photo, maybe change a few photos, add a few photos, but I'm just going to change my main one. And when I do a listing, I always try and do 2 photos which could be used as your main photo. So I'm just going to check all of the item specifics look okay, and they look fine. And again, I'm just going to change something in the description. So I'm just going to copy down the title that has been changed and paste that in. So it's just got the extra word boots in. Now the price, this is kind of like the third thing to change. Always change your price. Normally you change it down, yeah, because this thing hasn't sold. In this instance, what I'm going to do is a bit cheeky, but I'm actually going to put it up by a couple of quid, because I've seen that these boots do sell at 30 quid. I think it is at the right price. So I'm just going to adjust the price. A bit crazy. 99% of the time you would decrease it. All of the postage details are fine. And the final thing I'm going to do is at the end I will promote this item. I don't normally promote items when they first go on. If things have become sticky, I will then look to promote them. Normally it may be up to 2%. So if I've got something going in a 10% sale because it hasn't shifted, I might promote that at a 1% rate as well. If something's going into a 20% sale, it's really sticky stock, I might promote it at a 2% promotion rate. They're normally my limits, but in this instance, and of course it is, you can do what you want, and in this instance, because I've put the price up by 10%, put it up by £2, I'm going to promote these at 5% and just save that to get that listed and just see what happens. I don't know whether that's going to work. All you can do is try your best in changing these things. If that doesn't work, I will probably end that listing, in a few months' time, relist it at maybe £20 and try and change some of those things I've put in. Now, what I did notice, which I thought was quite weird and quite interesting, if I bring up all my, I'm in managed listings, let's go into my seller hub and my active listings. Okay, and we'll search for the grafters. I should have 4 pairs. I think the pair I've just done is just coming through. So we'll wait for that one. It's still coming through. Well, I can demonstrate here. I was looking at all my pairs of grafters and looking at what trending ad rate, the promotion rate, eBay was telling me I should use. Now bear in mind that these listings, I did one and then I did a sell similar, so it was all the same eBay category. The only thing that changed is the size of the shoe. And the weird thing is, on the first one it's telling me the trending rate is 8.4, and on the second and third one it's telling me it's 5.7, which is a little bit strange. I don't know why it's different, and to me it shouldn't be different, but I think it just goes to show is that you should ignore that trending rate, and when you're setting your rate, just choose a rate that's right for you. I think that's probably the best thing to do. One that is not obviously going to affect your profit on the item, but gives it a chance of selling, and obviously selling is the most important thing. You don't want stock sitting on the shelves. So yeah, I thought that might be helpful just to sort of look at how I use promotions. I used to do blanket 1%, but I tend to be more selective now. When I first did 1%, I found it really did, it seemed to be working, seemed to be helpful, but I like to be much more sort of precise with where it's going to be used now. For items that you know are going to fly off the shelf, there's no need to promote them really. It's just for that sticky stock or stock where you've got a lot of competition and you want to get rid of it quickly. It might be worth doing. But yeah, obviously make your own mind up. I hope you find that useful. Like I say, if you do like the channel, it's all a bit shonky, but it's reality reselling. Perhaps I should call it reality reselling instead of something about vinegar. But please do subscribe, hit the notification bell. I tend to do videos every 2 or 3 days, but I seem to be on a run at the moment. Inspiration, I'm in a creative mood at the moment. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, and take care, have a good day, and I'll see you soon.